my name is Linda. I'll be your tour guide downstairs. Can you run on a drive? A little expensive but good. This is Poydras Street. If we were to make a left, you'll see Mother's Restaurant, 1 block to your left. Some of the best po' boys in the city.
Oh boy.
Cross street to your right, Caesar's Casino.
Oh.
Stop number 18 up here.
Ini guide yang di depan dia nyeritain lokasi-lokasi di sini. Ada Caesar Place, tempat.
Well, good morning, hop on over there.
Nah, oh di sana juga. Oh, mungkin ada beberapa bis ya, banyak ya.
Folks, if you look over there to your left, that tall building on the river. Oh. That building was empty for 15 years after Katrina.
Oh, jadi ada bangunan
They just opened that up 4 years ago. They turned it into a Four Seasons hotel, and on top there's a penthouse that someone owns.
Four Seasons hotel.
We don't know who, but we know how much they spent.
Cukup.
$13.5 million for the penthouse on top of that building. Good news, they're moving. Guess how much it is now?
Yep.
19 million. Just thought I'd throw that out there in case anybody's interested. 19 million for the penthouse on top of that building. I turned my back to you. I don't mean to be rude. Okay, I'm just kind of hanging on.
Pardon?
I turned my back to you. I don't mean to be rude. I'm just kind of hanging on. Okay.
All right.
Well, I always feel rude when I turn my back. There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now we make this turn here on the left-hand side. You see a green glass building along the river. That's going to be the Aquarium of the Americas. Our aquarium is one of the top 5 aquariums in the country. It went through $41 million worth of renovations a year ago. It is also an insectarium.
It's supposed to be huge.
Now I had one lady who got back on my bus one day. She had a complaint about the insectarium. Her complaint was they did not serve enough variety of bugs to eat. That's right. Chocolate covered crickets, mealyworm cream sauce, not enough. She wanted more variety. One man was happy with what he got. He got crunchy Cajun crickets. He said they were good.
River walk.
Just want to let you know, I like to give you options. You may or may not eat bugs. That may or may not be your place to go. I do like to give you options just in case.
And this is the...
Again, this is stop 18 on your map right here.
18.
I'll call out the stops so you know where you may want to get off all day long, off and on. Remember, you can hop on and hop off all day long. Another bus comes by approximately every 20 minutes, 25 minutes. There are 6 buses out here today. And again, I'm Linda, your tour guide. Downstairs, Kiran, our driver, my partner. Stop 19's coming up. See that white building over there to your left that says Saks Fifth Avenue on it?
Yeah.
That is a mall. That's called the Shops at Canal State Place. That is high-end shopping. Saks Fifth Avenue, Tiffany's, Louis Vuitton. I always laugh because the partner will look at me and go, Linda, be quiet. Don't say another word. Keep on going. One man said, please run that red light. Don't stop. Anybody getting off at 19? I hope not. We are good.
High-end mallnya. Barang-barang mahal semua di sini. Itu jam segini. Louis Vuitton dan banyak-banyak di sini. Chanel. Oh. Canal Place. Ya. Banyak orang yang akan naik lagi. Oh, people coming up. Bro.
Good morning, good morning. Welcome aboard, folks. Good morning, welcome aboard. Anything on top of your heads, folks, is going to be windy up here. Hats, wigs, or toupees, hang on to them. a lady's wig flew off one day. There was nothing I could do about it.
Really?
So hang on to the top of your head just in case. Very windy right here, in between these buildings. Now we have now entered the Vieux Carré or the French Quarter. Now the Vieux Carré, folks, in French means Old Square. The Vieux Carré is actually 6 blocks wide by 12 blocks long. At the end of the last France, please said you will get straight this place out. He came, but didn't change anything. Still a wild town. Stop number 1 coming up. Anybody getting off at 1, the French Quarter? Hang on to your hats. Oh, you caught it. Your hair caught it. Didn't lose it. Hang on to your buns and your hats. And toupees, if anybody's got a toupee, hang on to that too, just in case. You need a new one.
Wah, sampai
Stop
ngantri.
number 1, anybody
Apa
getting
nih,
off
Cafe
here?
B nih?
French Quarter, no one's coming down, we're good?
Ini roti bolang-baling kalau di kita mah ya. Jadi
We're good
banget ini.
upstairs, Karan, no one's coming down.
Mungkin paling enak di sini kali ya. Udaranya sangat cerah sekali, saudara-saudara. City Swan Hotel.
Now, if you look over here to your left, the French Quarter, the Vieux Carré, we have something in the city called the Vieux Carré Commission. If you own property here in the Vieux Carré, you cannot paint your building any color you want. You cannot change your light fixtures, your street
Jadi nggak boleh
signs, your
dicat
doors and
sembarangan.
windows must remain painted.
Warnanya harus
Renovations you want
tetap
to the
sama,
inside,
bagus.
the outside has to go through the Vieux Carré Commission. That is to
Bagus,
keep it historically preserved as
Dia
possible.
mempertahankan
If a
originalitas
brick falls
bangunan.
off your building, right now this is stop number 1 on your map, the French Quarter.
The French Quarter.
This may be one.
Ada yang
That little red
ngecek
map's going to
tiketnya.
show you all 19
Tiket.
stops. Remember, you can all hop on,
Ada
hop off all day long.
beli
Another bus will be by
kemarin.
approximately every 25 minutes.
Harganya
So you hear me say
senilai
that over and over again when
$46.
you get on the bus, okay?
Ah.
Also, my name's Linda. I'll be your tour guide downstairs, Kirana driver. You're going to hear that a lot too. And anything on top of your heads, hang on to it. It's going
Atau
to be
mungkin
windy,
bisa
okay?
langsung bayar di tempat kali
Your
ya.
hats
Di situ
do fly
ada.
off. Alright, look over there to your left. Once you get up
Kita
these
jalan
buttons,
lagi.
Kirana, if you slow
Itu
down
ada
a little bit
outlet
so you get a good
oleh-oleh.
picture. On the left-hand side. Now, the left-hand side of the cathedral is the Cabildo. In that
ini
building is
Jackson
where we
Square.
signed Louisiana Purchase. Remember, that's 1/3 of the country bought right down the middle. Second best real estate deal ever. Bought that for $15 million,
Wah, rame.
comes to 4 cents an acre.
Rame di sini.
First best real estate deal was Alaska at 2 cents an
Rame
acre.
guys.
On the right-hand side of the cathedral, the Presbytere. That was built for the priests and turned into a Mardi Gras
Baik,
museum and
katedralnya.
Katrina museum. Over there to your right,
Katanya jam 3 sore baru
Cafe
bisa
Du
buka.
Monde. You all see that line? Don't
Ini
do
lagi.
that. My nickname is no
crazy.
I'm going to talk you how many
Waktu
places got
kemarin,
lines like that.
malam-malam ya.
Please tell me you didn't do it already. Don't stand
Louisiana
in that
terkenal
line.
dengan musik jazznya ya, itulah. Katanya sih musik jazz terlahir di sini ya, itulah musiknya seperti itu ya.
There will be no line. Also, Cafe Du Monde is up until 11 o'clock at night.
Cafe Du Monde.
Any place you see a line,
Tutup di jam 11 malam.
There's always another option.
Ini kayak kue bolang-baling aja sebenarnya, kata Memes ya. Ya penasaran juga sih, tapi kayaknya nggak sepenasaran itu kalau dibilang bolang-baling.
4 places long. You're back there.
Lihat antriannya.
One of us, stop number 2, little place called the Red. Praline looks like a cookie, but it's really a candy. It has pecans in it. Other parts of the country call it praline. Here it's praline. We mispronounce everything here. Now stop number 2, little place called Red. They have praline stuffed beignets. Praline stuffed beignets, instant cavity with about 5 eggs. And there should be no line there either. Cafe Du Monde does not stuff their beignets. That statue there to your left is a gold statue of Joan of Arc, the unofficial patron saint of New Orleans.
Gold statue.
Now that statue is covered in gold. It's gold plated all the way around. We call that Joni on the pony right there to your left behind the
Ada
trees.
patung kuda
Stop number 2 is coming up. Anyone getting off at 2? French
emas.
Market. No one's coming down from the French Market. We're good upstairs.
Lagi dalam perbaikan.
I hear you downstairs. Sorry. Got people downstairs getting off. Sorry about that, folks. Now again, stop number 2, right here.
Oh,
Loretta,
stop
second
number
building,
2.
left-hand
Oh,
side.
ada penumpang
That's
lagi.
where you're gonna find those
Oh,
praline
lucu
stuffed
adanya tuh.
beignets. Oh, you're ready. Go get them.
Jalan lagi.
Look over here to your left. See the French
Ada
market, oldest open air market in the country. Clothing, hats, luggage, alligator heads, you name it. And you can bargain depending on who you talk to. They're open every day from 9 to 5.
Restoran.
Next block up to your left, that red brick building's the Jazz Museum, well worth going through.
Buaya juga dijual. Makan daging buaya.
Oh, they open it up, you're on, you're good. No problem.
Mungkin Amtraknya nih.
Now again, it's going to be windy because the curve of the river. Anything on top of your head, hang on to it. It'll blow off, you hang on to it. Stop number 3 around the corner, the next traffic light, anyone getting off at 3. No one's coming down, we're good. Now if you were to get off at 3 up here at this traffic light and walk 1 block to your left, you hit Frenchman Street. Frenchman Street is where locals go to party, good music and good food. Not as risque as bourbon. So if you have children, you don't have to blindfold. You never know what you're going to see on bourbon. Stop number 3, no one's coming down, you're on, we're good upstairs.
Stop number 3. Oh, nggak ada orang. Nggak ada orang, guys. Bangunannya ini ya.
Now 2 blocks up here, on the left-hand side, you see a little green house with purple shutters. It's going to be called a shotgun-style house.
Banyak taman ya.
Next block up there, on the left-hand side, behind that white truck, see that green house with the purple shutters? When we pass by, take a good look. That house is 12 feet wide by 60 feet long. They call it a shotgun because you can open the front door and the back door, shoot a shotgun straight through and never hit a wall. There are no walls. There are no doors. There is no privacy. Few partitions here and there. Now that style of housing actually comes to the Caribbean here because at one time we did not have air conditioning. So that type of house, you open up the front door and back door, it's some kind of cross breeze. Now that light up there is going to be St. Claude Avenue where it crosses over and make a U-turn. But if we were to make a right-hand turn on St. Claude Avenue up here,
Ini punya presiden
follow
di sini.
down to the right, got a place called the Night. You remember that got devastated during Katrina. Here flooded, but the Night Ward was one of the 6 areas where levees were. Wherever that levee broke, basically washed that neighborhood away. The only thing left down there was a foundation where a house once was. Now, when they did rebuild down there, they built green, solar-powered air, solar-powered heat. A lot of that had to do with Brad Pitt and Harry Connick Jr. They lived in the city. They took their own money, went down there and helped rebuild a lot of that neighborhood.
Di sini kena
Now, when you go back to St. Claude, make a right, but again, if you were to make a left,
Saya lupa
and go
ditangkap
4
pada
miles
Katrina.
downriver past the Ninth Ward,
Oh,
go
putar
to a
balik.
place called
Putar
Chalmette.
balik, saudara-saudara.
And Chalmette is famous for the Battle of New Orleans.
Oh.
That was the British coming up the river to take over the city. Now that was all part of the War of
Inggris sempat
1812, and that
menguasai
battle
daerah
happened in
sini.
1815. That is what
1815.
catapulted Andrew
Oh,
Jackson to be
18,
hero in the city, because he came to town as a general, looking for volunteers to help fight. He was outnumbered 3 to 1. He didn't stand a chance, and he knew it. A lot of people in the city volunteered, 2 famous people.
Oh.
Famous to us, anyway. Have you all heard of Jean Lafitte, the pirate bear, his brother? Famous
Oh.
pirates here in the city. They volunteered themselves and their men. They all went down there to
Ada
fight.
pajak.
When that battle was over, 2,000 British were dead, and only 7 Americans died. They became heroes overnight. The worst part
Katanya
about
dia
that battle
2000 orang Inggris mati, sementara
that
Amerikanya
war was
cuma
over
7 doang ya.
340, and that
Yang meninggal.
treaty again.
That's what he said.
Longer than
What did she say?
information to get across the Atlantic from here. Nevertheless, they only take heroes. John
Look,
Lafitte,
doesn't
the
make
pirate,
sense.
man,
That's what she said.
this city, everyone liked him. Everyone liked him except the governor. Governor Blaine did not like him. Although he pardoned him from anything bad he'd ever done as a pirate after that battle, he turned right around and put a bounty on his head. Said, I'll give any man $500 to capture John Lafitte. Lafitte laughed and said, really, that's pretty funny, because I'll give any man $1,500 to capture Governor Claiborne. You all know who Claiborne's great-great-great-granddaughter was? Liz Claiborne, the designer. Now this whole neighborhood back here, folks, is called the Marigny neighborhood, and this is named after a man, Bernard Marigny. There's a wealthy Creole here in the city. At the age of 15, he inherited $7 million. What do y'all think a 15-year-old did with that kind of money? Nothing good, right? Wine, women, and gambling. Now he goes to Europe on vacation. And over in England, he learns a game called hazards. Now to play this game, you have to stoop down and roll the dice. He comes back to America, and he's teaching all his Creole buddies how to play this game when they're watching him. They're going, Bernard, you look like a toad or a frog bending over like that. In French, you call that crouard. In American, you call that craps. That is how craps was introduced to America. Mr. Bernard America, 1805. Now we're going to cross Esplanade here. Over there to your right is the Treme neighborhood. Stop number 4, Treme. Everyone getting off here? Good. Treme neighborhood, the oldest African-American neighborhood in this country. You look down this next block to your right, you see a church steeple in the background. Right-hand side. That church steeple belongs to St. Augustine Church back there. Oldest African-American Catholic church in the country. And they do still hold mass there on Sundays. Stop number 4, no one's coming down. We're good over there.
Pemberhentian nomor 4. Oh, ada 2 orang yang ngantri. Itu ya. Railing handrailnya tuh.
Now 2 blocks up on the right-hand side where those trees are is going to be a park. Louis Armstrong Park.
Louis Armstrong Park.
Now Louis had to say, music is good for the soul. It should always be free. So whenever there's music in this park, it is usually free. You will pay for food and drink, but the music is usually free. Background of the park is an auditorium, the Hallie Jackson Auditorium. She was the queen of gospel. And further up here, on the right-hand side, you'll see the main entrance to the park. It's a white archway that says Armstrong. That's the main entrance right here. Now, in the corner of the park is Congo Square. Remember, folks, to live in this city the first 100 years, you had to be Catholic. You were not Catholic, you were not allowed to be. That was the French rule. Slaves were christened Catholic immediately. And as Catholics, they had off on Sundays. And they would congregate here in Congo Square, there to your right. They would also experiment with different music, different sounds. And they would mix European with West African and Caribbean music. They claimed that was the roots of jazz right here in Congo Square. Stop number 5, Basin Street train station. Usually take a 5 to 10 minute break there when we get there. They do have clean restrooms in this stop. Clean. I say clean because they're hard to come by sometimes in this city. Clean restrooms. A little gift shop and a cafe where you get coffee or something. You are welcome to bring your drinks back on board. Please make sure you have a lid, no glass bottles. If there's alcohol in your cup, I do not know what's in there. Because there are laws where you're not supposed to sit on a bus and drink. But you know what? This is New Orleans. We don't see a lot of things. Welcome to New Orleans.
Ada homeless gitu ya di perempatan. Kasihan juga ya. Ada orang ini suara.
Yes. Yes, Kieran. I cannot hear you. I have to come down. Give me a minute. Obviously, we're wasting time, right?
Belok kanan. Oh, itu
keretanya. On the right hand side of the bus, watch these trees. Watch those bald cypress trees. I'm hit with a branch. You gotta be careful.
Louisiana nggak besar ya.
Kayaknya
pernah saya lewatin waktu makan siang sama teman-teman.
Now, folks, 2 blocks up on the left-hand side, you see St. Louis Cemetery cemetery number 1. Oldest operating cemetery in the city.
Oh,
Built in
kuburan.
1789. Now Marie Laveau, the
kuburan di sana.
voodoo queen, she's buried in there.
Kuburan
And do
ya.
you know she had to be Catholic to be buried in there at that time? You could be Catholic and the voodoo queen at the same time here in the city, not a problem. Not in this city anyway. You can take tours to that cemetery too. It used to be
Ini telepon.
when it's free, things got broken. So they decided you had to have a tour guide. It's now $25 per person for a 45-minute tour. You can purchase that inside the yellow building. If it's something you're really interested in doing, I recommend getting a time slot as soon as possible. They do sell out really fast, okay? When this bus pulls out, everybody to the right-hand side, you're going to be able to see right down into the cemetery. Get a great photo op, okay? When we pull back out. You're welcome to change seats again. Usually take a 5 to 10 minute break here.
Oh, di.
Clean restroom. It's hard to come by. If you want to get something to drink, you're welcome to bring it back on board. We do bury above ground. The reason is not the water table. A lot of people think that's the reason. It's not the reason. People are buried above ground.
Kita akan berhenti di sini 5 sampai 10 menit.
Spanish rule here, and that is how they bury their dead. Above ground. We got a 5-minute break because we'll be here for 5 minutes.
Only 5 menit berhenti. Ya.
Alright, anybody want to get off again?
Jadi ini ada mapnya atau sebentar stop, hop on, hop off.
Good morning. Welcome aboard. Hello. Watch your
ini
head if you're
jalurnya.
tall.
Jalur terakhir.
Duck a little bit. Watch your hat. You're welcome. Good morning. You're like me. You're short. You're not gonna hit the top. You're good. Right hand turn here on
Kita
Basin
jalan
Street.
lagi Basin Street. Tadi dia cerita di
2 blocks up
War
on the right
Museum
hand
itu
side. Get a real good view of that cemetery.
nomor 3
You'll be able to see everybody
se-Amerika ya,
upstairs.
dan nomor
Anybody
8
downstairs, you're not
sedunia
gonna be able to see it.
dari sisi besar
The
dan
wall's gonna
kualitas.
be in the way. But upstairs, get a real good view of it. Now once we do start moving, we ask everybody to stay in your seats. You're welcome to get up any one of our 19 stops. Please, not at a red light or a stop sign. The bus starts and stops abruptly. I have fallen, had to wear boots.
Nah ini dia,
Still see.
ini kuburan
Now there you
tertua
go.
di sini.
Great photo op of the
Kuburan
cemetery over
tertua
here.
di sini.
Built in 1789. Now further up here to your right, you'll see the tip of that white pyramid over there. That white pyramid is the tomb of Nicolas Cage, the actor. Give you all a minute because he's not dead. He spent almost $1 million to have that put there to be ready for when he's ready. And here's the best part of that story. We have walking tours that go through there, right? Women used to come here and kick that way. And they would leave lipstick marks all the way around it. Nicolas Cage had to spend money once a month to have that cleaned. Folks, who does that? He's not in there. And even if he was in there, who would do that? A little bit more. Now the whole block over there to your right, all the way from the cemetery to Canal Street, is light. It's called Storyville by time. That was our red light district. Now we had a madam. Her name was Josie Arlington, and she had a brothel near the red light district. Josie also had a lot of friends in the city. Firemen, policemen, and the mayor were all her friends for good reason, I'm sure. Some high society women didn't like her so much. These women got together and they decided they wanted to know what the inside of a brothel looked like. Because they heard they were fancy, with nice chandeliers, drapes, and furniture. So they asked their husbands to take them on tour. Their husbands agreed. And their husbands took them to Josie's place. Bad move. Josie knew these women didn't like them either. Walking around her place that night. What do you think she does? She has someone go run down the police department, her friends, have them come raid her place that night, and all these women went to jail as prostitutes. Compliments to Josie Arlington. the widest street in the whole
The
country.
widest street in the whole.
Now, when you all look at it, you go, wait a minute, Linda, I've seen wider streets than this. You've seen wider boulevards, wider avenues. This is the widest street. Play on words. Teach you a whole lot about how words change everything. Change the word, it changes everything. Now, if you're traveling up Canal Street, this is kind of different. Because we split this city right down the middle. Over there to your left is the French Quarter. Now, the French Quarter is where the Creoles live. The Creole means born in the city. So all that means you're born here, you're a native. On the right-hand side was the American side. They were the newcomers. Now the Creoles and the
Sebelah
Americans
kiri
did not
itu
get along.
asli orang
Creoles said
sini,
the
sebelah kanan
Americans are rude,
pendatang.
the Americans said the Creoles were snotty. The only time they go
Yeah,
along is the
sebut
middle of the
Creole.
street right here to your left.
Orang sini tuh
Any
Creole.
place else in this country, they called it a median. Here it's called a neutral ground. Because that is where the Creoles, the Americans, who come out on weekends and trade with each other. They got along just fine here in the neutral ground. So any place in this city you see a median, it's going to be called a neutral ground. I'm only going to talk about the streets on the left-hand side, because it's the oldest part of the city. Right there to your left, that street sign, spells B-U-R-G-U-L-D-Y. That spells Burgundy, right? Anyone who's normal, that's Burgundy. Here in New Orleans, folks, we're not normal, and we mispronounce everything. That is Burgundy to us. Welcome to New Orleans. We hear a lot of mispronunciation. Next block up to your left is Dauphine Street, named after King Louis's eldest son's wife, Dauphine.
Dauphine.
Next block up after Dauphine to your left is going to be Bourbon Street. Now Bourbon Street, folks, is not named after bourbon whiskey either. It is for St. Louis and Royal. So that's the cruise around the French Quarter. You hear that music, you see that crowd. It's entirely up to you to decide whether she got talent or not. That's what she goes home with on a big day.
$2,000 sehari ada pengambil.
Stop number 6 to Sheridan. Anyone getting off at 6?
Apa ya? Waduh, ngantri
Nope, we
kafe.
do. Now
Binyet,
we're
binyet,
good upstairs, Robert.
binyet.
Now, place to eat along Canal Street. Over there, the Palace Cafe. To your left, 2 blocks up, the Creole House. Great food. There is no best place to eat, too. There's no best, okay? A lot of people always say, what's the best? There is no best. It depends on what you like. They don't have floats in those. But a second line parade we have for weddings and funerals and just a social event.
Merdeka.
You have parades. Just parades.
Nanti karnaval di bulan Februari.
There's no parades that I know of today. The Mardi Gras.
Merdeka.
Mardi Gras, and that's
Banyak banget ini.
they come. Oh, Canal
Stop
Street.
6.
Street. Along Canal Street here, along St. Charles Avenue, Carrollton Avenue. So this is one of the streets
Aduh,
for the parade.
antriannya banyak banget.
Bring it up. Hang on. Okay, one person coming up, going up. I'm sorry. Not many things are free in this city. You can't go to there for free. The only thing they have is a small big reservation. Now, when you go through this soundtrack, history of cocktails, they have virtual bartenders show you how to make certain cocktails. A working distillery, you'll be feeling pretty good. Just have to call and make a reservation. Children, Leo can go in there with you. Just
Katanya
not allowed to taste
pas
that.
waktu kita pulang kamu akan merasa sangat enak katanya. Mabuk. Adiknya.
It's called the Sazerac House right there in the corner to your right. Now, I don't know if you all know this stuff, but the Sazerac was one of the first cocktails made here in New Orleans. It only had 4 ingredients in it.
Adiknya lucu.
Rye whiskey, bitter, sugar, and absinthe. Absinthe also has anise in it, which are licorice flavor, quite distinct. Now, absinthe was also outlawed for years because it also had something in there called wormwood. And they claimed that wormwood was a hallucinogen. Well, they later found out wormwood's not a hallucinogen. Drinking too much is a hallucinogen. And therefore, absinthe was not outlawed anymore. 2 blocks up to your right, you see Caesar's Casino. Now, gambling on land here in Louisiana is illegal. You are not allowed to gamble on land. That casino takes up about a block and a half of land. We have almost 2,000 slot machines in there on 100 tables. And they're expanding. Gambling is illegal. Remember I told you about words? Back to the council, how words change. Well, folks, we don't call it gambling. We call it gaming. Change the word, do what you want. It is now legal. Gaming is legal. Now, if anybody who's booked a gamer, downstairs we have
dilarang tapi dikasih. Gitu alat-alat.
have arrived. Now, for each person in the party gives you each $5 free slot play with your hop on, hop off there. Now, if you all win that million, you're going to go back to tip us, right?
Yeah.
You shook your head yes? It's an implied contract. I got y'all. Now, we're going to turn around the corner here, make a right. Next stop is 7. Is anybody getting off at 7? We're good. Over there to your left, that's the Aquarium of the Americas, that green glass building. That aquarium went through $21 million renovation a year ago. It's also an insect area.
Oh, ini sudah
Downstairs,
dilewati.
there's little flyers, get a little discount on that in there. Anybody spice like oysters? Oyster lovers? Oh, good. Y'all like them raw? Raw oysters? My husband eats them raw. I can't do it. You gotta admit, they look like boogers on a half shell. I cannot do it. But if you don't try charbroil yet, well, that's a whole different world. When we make this turn here, up there you see the Hilton Hotel. On the bottom floor, a place called Drago's Restaurant. They are the creators of the charbroil. You're doing it on 19? Or 8? Okay, okay, save the spot. Okay, good. Alright, stop 97, coming up. No one's coming down, we're good. Again, if anyone's coming up, Kieran, it will be separated upstairs. Is there anybody downstairs?
Saya rencana nyari ini ke ini apa terus ke War. Oh ini nih. Ada pembelanjaannya, ada tempat duduknya. Enak di sini. Stop 7. Ada yang pakai
Okay,
kerudung guys?
go ahead. Kieran, we got somebody coming down to get some. She wants to get a bottle for the baby. Leo said he's hungry.
He might be more quiet then.
He's pretty good, actually. How old is he? 1?
1.
Hello, Leo. Hi, Leo.
By the end of October.
You have something to say? Say something. Hello. Cheese, roast beef. We have one sandwich called a
Ada
debris
restoran
sandwich.
yang terkenal.
That is French fries on
Makanan
French
po'
bread,
boy,
smothered
po' boy.
in a roast beef
Sudah
gravy.
pernah.
That is a heart attack on a plate, okay? But it tastes good. That's all we care about. If it tastes good, we are good.
What's it called again?
Debris sandwich. A debris sandwich. A debris po' boy. Right up here, that's Mother's Restaurant, that brick building on the corner. Now there's a line there. Remember my nickname? I'm No Line Linda. When you talk down any place got a line, do not do that. Don't do that. That line will disappear later on this afternoon. At 4 o'clock, there will be no line. Also, there until 9 o'clock at night, they serve breakfast all day long. Please do not waste an hour of your vacation in line. Don't do that. Now, how the po' boy got its name? 2 brothers, the Mark brothers, they opened up a little sandwich shop. They used to work for the streetcar line. Well, this one year, the streetcar line went on strike. They're watching a lot of their friends walk down the street without jobs and without money. So they got some French bread, put some meat in there, and made sandwiches. When the guys came down the street, they go, oh, here comes another po' boy. You give those sandwiches away for free. And that's how it got its name. Po' boy. Stop number 8's coming up. Anyone getting off at 8? Nope, we're good. You're getting off? Okay, thanks. I'm sorry, didn't thank you. We do have people coming down for 8.
Nanti kita turun di War aja. Stop number 10.
Now I do want to show you the tallest building in the whole state of Louisiana. Not this brown building that's fluffed up to your right, the Hancock Whitney Bank building. This is the tallest building in the whole state. It's 51 stories high. That's not that high. 51 stories is half the size of the Empire State Building. Because no one wanted to build skyscrapers here in New Orleans. You know why? We're a swamp. We're a swamp. And you're all sinking right now and no one's telling you.
Rawa di sini. Jadi
Louisiana loses a football field. Wait, wait, stop. Wait, we stop completely. Go, don't go yet. Afraid of the steps.
oh ini lagi nih.
Come on down, ladies. Go ahead. They're upstairs. Everybody else will be separated. 1, 2, 3. Because no one wants to build skyscrapers here because we're a swamp. That's why no one wants to build skyscrapers here.
Di sini gedung yang paling tertinggi
Now,
51
part of
lantai
the
karena
reason
nggak bisa lebih tinggi lagi. Di sini kan rawa.
We lose a lot of land in this city.
Sini
We
banyak.
lose a football field of land every hour to the Gulf of Mexico, the state of Louisiana. loses a football field every hour. Part of the reason we lose so much land is the levee system that we built. Only part of the reason. We built that levee system along the river to protect our cities and our towns from the river overflowing. What that did was it made the river much more narrow. So all that rich soil that came from up north would be deposited here and build land. Now it goes further out to the Gulf of Mexico and gets dumped right off the continental shelf. It's wasted, which leaves us exposed to the Gulf. And if a hurricane comes, it takes a lot more land than that. That is our average loss of land, a football field every hour. And if you look at satellite pictures, you will see the difference. Most of our barrier islands have disappeared. Now, just recently, a year ago, they federally relocated 120 families that live down there. Although strip of land used to be an island. Now a strip of land is about to go underwater. They relocated these people. The sad part is they lived down there for generations. But don't be sad, folks. There's columns holding it up. Fit the Astrodome inside of our Superdome. Now we have the capacity of over 83,000 people in there. The largest event we ever had there, you're never going to guess. What's the concert? Anyone want to guess? Largest event? WrestleMania. It's been on the bunch yesterday. WrestleMania, largest event we had that day. Largest concert? Rolling Stones. I know you all know Noel McJagger is. He's 81 years old. The rest of the band, 84 years old. Now, how are they doing this at that age? Because we know they did not live a clean lifestyle, right? I have decided they're pickled. Somehow they're just preserved, okay? Or they're AI, one or the other. Because they were just here 6 months ago for Jazz Fest, and they put on a 2-hour concert in their 17 elevators. 1,121 television sets. The top of the dome is painted with, you want to get a picture? Let me get out of your way. The top of the dome is painted with a bright white polyurethane covering. It reflects the sunlight very well. It reflects the sunlight so well, you can actually see it from outer space. Looks like a little white dot, but it can be seen from outer space. Little heads up. Outer space starts at 62 miles above the Earth, okay? Can't see it from another planet, but you can see it 62 miles above the Earth. That's technically where outer space is. Now, your honor, your driver's going to do a nice big U-turn up here. He's not going to hit a pole, a car, a curb, or a person. He's going to get real close. Leo has something to say.
Ini Mercedes ya, kita pernah sana tuh.
You're going to get close,
Malam.
you know, you're going to make it.
Atau waktu ke Walmart. Kita
And the
lewatin.
pole still
Ini
stands.
dia. Caesar
Hey,
Superdome.
good job, Your Honor. Now you're going to do the name exchange on that dome. It's called the Mercedes-Benz Superdome for years. Now it's called Caesar Superdome. They won't incorporate. Everybody's being beaten up except for Atlanta.
Gede ya. Seperti kita ada football berita jadi.
There you go. Now you do realize the next city
Kalau tadi
festival
sih
party
caranya
for
apa?
everything, right? Besides Mardi Gras, we have a festival for everything you can possibly think of.
Mardi
You name
Gras.
a fruit or vegetable, we've got a festival. Strawberry Fest, Tomato Fest, Zucchini Fest, Music, Jazz Fest, Voodoo Fest, Food, Gumbo Fest, Seafood Fest. We have 400 festivals throughout the year in the state of Louisiana. That is more than
400.
one a day. Now in the month of June, we had the nude bicycle ride. Oh, wait, I got more to tell y'all. I did not see it this year, last year, nor the year before, but I did see it 2020. And when I saw it then, it was 300 people riding through the streets of New Orleans with not a stick of clothing on. Although, y'all had a COVID mask on. No clothes, but everybody had a mask on. That was a sight to
2020
behold.
ada
That was one for the record.
parade
You can't see that to believe it.
telanjang gitu ya. Tapi karena Covid mukanya pakai masker.
Now right up
Lucu
here,
aja.
we're going to make a right-hand turn. Loyola. Over there to your left, you'll see one building looks like it has a white gazebo on top on the left-hand side. You see it over there? It's kind of hard to see with this canopy on the right.
Iya.
That is not a gazebo up there. At one time, that was a lighthouse. hard to see. You're not on this side.
Ada ba?
Now across the street over there to your right, that statue is called a hiker.
Oh,
That is in
hike.
recognition of all those who fought in the Spanish-American War. They were called hikers. On the left-hand side now. Next block up on the left, you see a little park on the neutral grounds called Cancer Survivor Plaza. That park was donated by a man and his wife, Richard and Annette Block. You've all heard of H&R Block attacks people, right? Well, Richard was co-founder of H&R Block, who was also diagnosed with cancer. They gave him 3 months to live. He lived another 25 years. Because of that, he donated 24 of those parks here in the U.S., 1 in Canada. Now, if you know what's coming down for 9, we're good, right? We're good. If you walk through that park, each one of those columns has a little inspirational saying like to help you while you're battling cancer. And at the end, there's a plaque with an 800 number you can call for moral support. Just thought that was a little something nice to share with y'all. Now 2 blocks up, on the left-hand side, you see a tall brown and white building. That's the 3rd tallest building in the city, and you can see it from almost any point. Right up here in the corner to your left. It's called the Crescent City Tower. This building has been empty since 2002. No one has been in that building for 22 years. It's been bought and sold many times. There's nothing they can do. You know why? It's full of black mold and asbestos. Can't even blow it up. They can't even include it. Now you see on top of that building's a net wrapped around up there. Because on a windy day, pieces of that building blew off, hit a car and bicycles. The only thing they could do is wrap that net around and block the street off. Now, I don't know what the future holds for that building. It may sit there another 22 years. I do not know. I do know it is for sale. If anybody's interested in large liability, call the Crescent City Tower. Don't know what you'll do once. Now our next stop is going to be stop number 10, the National World War II Museum. I do recommend a tour through this museum while you're in town if you have time. And if you have time, because it's 5 different buildings altogether. There's good news today, though. They're having a block party there today. And it's free. Supposedly for Louisiana residents, but they're not checking IDs. So, little block party there if you want to go. It is free. Go to that museum. It is well worth going through. The World War II Museum here in New Orleans is ranked one of the top 3 museums in the country, one of the top 8 museums in the world. It is also the only National World War II Museum here in the U.S. Not another one anywhere, not even in Washington, D.C. Now the reason they chose New Orleans to build this museum here is because of a boat called the Higgins boat. You've all seen it in any World War II movie. Saving Private Ryan and the beaches of Normandy, D-Day. The boats that pull to the beach, the ramp goes down, the guys run off. That's a Higgins boat built here by Andrew Higgins. Now they claim that that boat helped win Holland. It helped the great France and lots of European. That's the reason they chose to build this museum. We're not going to be able to pass by the front of the building. We're going to have to go around. Because again, they got the block party going on. Which means it should be open to everyone. Okay? Does anybody need off at 10? No one's going to leave? Okay. You must like me, huh? It is free. I just want to let you know again, free. Just in case you want to go. Party. They just put that up there just 2 weeks ago. We're going to see a lot of renovations in the city because we're hosting the Super Bowl. A lot of people in town. Taylor Swift just left a couple weeks ago. That was the other thing. I've never seen a lot of that in my life. Now we're going to make a right-hand turn up here on Magazine Street. Again, no one's getting off for the World War II Museum. We're all good. We're not getting off today. Just keep coming down. Again, it's well worth it.